Welcome to the Maria Carrillo High School Public Service Announcement. We're here to help you be the best student you can be for your school, community, and self.
The community is a larger whole outside of the high school setting, but the important thing to keep in mind is that these students will, and at one point in the near future, be leading the community with their ethics and morals that they build today. You will all learn how to manage time to prevent being tardy to class. You will learn how to maintain a respectful tone to teachers and other fellow students.
You will learn how to maintain a beautiful campus by cleaning up after others and yourself. You will learn how to deal with difficult situations involving student conflicts and drug use, and so much more that we all want our future leaders to be familiar with. Today, we will be following two very different students through a typical school day. Here we have Jerry. He is an awful student who will show us what not to do. In contrast, we have Walter. He is an exemplary student who will show us the right way to do things. First, let's begin with attendance. The key with being on time is making sure you're waking up early enough so that you're ready for school.
Let's see how Walter starts off a typical school day. Walter wakes up at 6:30 a.m. sharp, which gives him enough time to brush his teeth and eat some breakfast, and take a shower. Now that he's ready for his day, he has plenty of time to get to school. And because he woke up so early, he can beat that rush hour traffic on his way to school. Walter parks with caution and ease, parking within the respectable boundaries.
On the other hand, we have Jerry. He's just waking up, 10 minutes before the 8 o'clock bell. Come on, pal, you gotta wake up. He has no time for personal hygiene. As Jerry stumbles his way to class, Walter's journey is effortless. Jerry ignores all safety precautions and barrels to the parking lot. He disregards all parking etiquette, which prevents others from getting parking spots. And Jerry's late. Remember to bring all the necessary materials to class, including but not limited to pencils, pens, paper, and all the assignments due that class period. Thanks, Walter. Jerry salvages what he can in his backpack. He really didn't have enough time to bring much else.
One of the most important aspects of school is being attentive with what the teacher presents and relaying it in a format that you are comfortable with.
Alright class, let's begin the lecture. I hope you guys are
We begin
ready.
to see both students take notes, but on closer inspection, there's a huge distinction.
So as you can see here, here's one line, and then we have another line right here, and this one's going like woo woo, and this one's like right in the center, right? So if you just combine them, you see you'll get...
Walter is diligent with his notes, so when he returns to them, he can thoroughly study.
But then we only got 6, right? So here's this other line right here, right? So if you look at it, you just step back. It's kind of like a Picasso.
Jerry may seem like he knows what he's doing, but in reality, he's very lost, and it will show in his studies.
Thanks, Walter. Recycling is a major issue around the world, and subsequently around our campuses. The average American uses at least 7 trees each year through their consumption. Whenever you're given the opportunity, make sure to recycle your waste. Thanks, Walter. Are you crazy?
Jerry, what have you done?
You don't understand the repercussions of not recycling!
Although neglecting to recycle won't wipe everything off the face of the earth in one blow, it's important to not only keep the classroom clean, but the community as well.
While doodling is a fun way to pass the time, make sure to use a piece of paper rather than drawing directly on the desk. You want to make sure to leave the area pristine for the next person who comes in to learn.
We need to emphasize that we don't want this casual artistic expression to impede your learning. Jerry abuses the process by making it an outlet for class distraction. He should be doing the assignment like Walter, and when the time is right, he can draw on paper rather than on a desk. Making use of time management, Walter allocates a moment of his day to freely draw whatever comes to mind. He does not let it distract him from his school obligations, and he's doing it responsibly on a piece of binder paper. Thanks, Walter. Break is a time when students have the liberty to relax and do things between class periods. However, because of this, it causes more misconduct between students. Watch how Jerry handles an incident with another student.
Wait, man, what the heck?
Walter handles the situation in a more respectable manner.
Oh my goodness, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
I'm
Thank
so
you.
sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
Have a nice day.
You too, man.
Walter's method is far more effective.
During our breaks, it's a good idea to grab a snack to help you get through the day, but make sure whatever waste is left over is properly disposed of. As Walter finishes what he ate, he throws away the wrapper in the nearby trash can. He wants to keep his campus clean. Jerry hastily tosses his wrapper. Sadly, it doesn't make it to the trash can, leaving it cluttered on the ground. Walter goes a step further and disposes of Jerry's leftovers. What a swell guy.
Extracurriculars create an environment where students can be more productive in more areas than simply academics, but some students can abuse this time. Jerry decides to spend his afternoon by purchasing some unrecreational substances. Wise up, Jerry. Your mother's worried sick. Walter's afternoon activities involve improving his skills as an athlete while getting exercise with his friends.
A full day of school demands an equally thorough night of sleep. You want not only to be up early for school the next day, but you want to be well rested when you get there. Jerry spends his evening playing video games until 3 a.m., which only continues his trend of sleeping in and not making it to school on time. Walter, however, finishes his homework assignments for all of his classes the next day, and he's in bed by 9:30 p.m. Sleep well, Walter.
Let's recap what we learned today. We should always be wise with our time and bear in mind it has great effects on our day. When preparing for a day full of work and learning, we must have necessary supplies. We should be attentive in class, and that should reflect in our notes. Creative expression should be fulfilled during free time and should not be considered vandalism. We must respect our natural and class environment when we put our waste in the proper bins. Break is a moment of freedom, not a moment of conflict. We should live our lives off campus in productive ways, which allows us to live happy, healthy lives. Walter and Jerry are two very different people. They highlight the important traits that every student should and shouldn't have. If you find that you coincide more with Jerry's traits rather than Walter's, not to worry. You have your entire future to make yourself into the person that you want to be. This is simply the beginning.